So tomorrow we're going to Knoxville, Tennessee, the VFR 1200. There's one little problem at the moment. Don't have the wheels, so I'm gonna put them on and figure this out. Now, by magic, the beard is off, but the Pirellis are on. So yeah, I went with Diablo Rosso III. I haven't had Pirellis in a long time, but yeah, let's see. It's the next day. Glasses are crooked, tired, but yeah, let's go to Tennessee. Okay, here's the first one. So GPS is saying it's gonna take me about 4 hours and 35 minutes. It's gonna take me a lot longer because I have to stop for gas at least twice, if not 3 times. I'm looking at 271 miles. For some reason, I don't think it has my preferred route. So before I go, I want to see what route it picked for me. I-40, yeah, it is. Taking I-40 all the way. It's just traffic. Bye, Luke. So, just put those Pirellis on. Immediately, fresh cut grass. All over the road. What's wrong with you people? So this whole notion of new tires needing to be scrubbed in, it's not really that valid anymore. Well, it is to a very, very small extent compared to what people make it out to be. Basically, people assume that there's like a coating from the factory to keep them fresh. That, I think, used to be the case a long, long time ago. But not really the case anymore. But whenever you do put new tires on, even if it's the same model as you had before, you're still not used to them, especially if it's not the same kind of tire you had before. But even if it is, the profile is different because it's not as flat. The tire is much more rounded. It's brand new, right? The shape is different. The bike is going to turn in a little quicker, and it's just, you know, you're not as used to it compared to what you just had. So I think that's the main thing, and that's for scrubbing it. So to get used to it, that's what I did. The first thing, I put the tires on, I torqued everything, and then you go, make sure nobody's behind you, and you just, you know, squeeze the brakes. To get that front tire, put some load in it, and make sure that you're prepared to how it's going to behave in a more of a controlled environment. So if you do have to do that in an emergency, the way the bike reacts to the brake pressure and the weight transfer is something familiar. So it's a really good way, and yeah, take it easy for a little bit to get used to the tire. I'm barely left in, but I already have over 80 miles on this tank. So I'm not going to go far before filling up. But oil. My route should be pretty simple. I'm going to take I-40 for most of the way there. zero out the second trip meter to see how many miles I got on these ones, but I know where I'm at. I'm almost at 33,000, right? 32.4. $32,400 miles when I put these tires on. If I can write that down when I get home and I look at the video, I'll be able to know how much life I'm gonna get from these tires. So yeah, Pirelli Rosso 3. Haven't had Pirellis in a very long time. I'm more of a Michelin or Dunlop guy, like depending on what's on sale. But these times, this time there was a sale on these ones, and I was like, okay, I have a track day in July. I hope they're gonna last me that long. When I mean last me that long, you have to be at least 50% tread when you go on a track day. So yeah, so I hope it's gonna be like this trip right here. It's a little over 500 miles, like between today and tomorrow, right? 270 miles each way, plus a few miles inside of Knoxville. So yeah. So I'm looking at over 1,000 miles between today and tomorrow. Okay, not 1,000, over 500 miles between today and tomorrow. Whew, if I don't write much between after this trip and July, I'll have enough tread to use them for the track day. But I think after the track day, there's not gonna be much left of them. Thing is, I'm not expecting much longevity from these tires, but I like to set my expectations low and then be surprised for the better, and have my expectations high and, you know, be disappointed. This is going to take a while. Was there no other road it could have taken me to bypass it? Tell you what, since these are much harder V-shape than the sport touring tires that I've had, the bike is a little more flighty in a straight line. Like, you can tell it wants to turn in a little more eager. But yeah, I'm excited to learn how they are on this tire is on its side with a little bit of load. I'm gonna take it super easy at the Dragon tomorrow. Since it's my first time, I do not know that road at all. I only heard about it. But yeah, priority number one is don't crash. Always. Like, priority number two is don't cause an accident. One thing I stupidly forgot to do is check the tire pressures. Since I got the tires yesterday from the shop, I don't know why, I kind of assumed that it's going to give me 3642 like the manual says. But if he did, now that I'm putting some more speed into them, they feel like way lower pressure. So first gas stop, I'll try to find somewhere with air. I'm gonna check my tire pressure. And I'm not gonna put 3642. I think 3440 will be nice, high miles, good enough with enough pressure. I don't want to go too low because this bike is heavy, and I want to get some miles out of these tires, some. But that 3642 pressure that the manufacturer recommend is under the assumption that I don't know, they want the bike to handle okay with 2 people on it. They wanted to handle okay with lots of luggage, which I do have a little bit of luggage, but and this bike is I'm not going to go too low because like pure sport bike riders, because let's face it, this bike does weigh a ton more, or about 150 pounds more than your average sport bike. So 34 and 40, or even 32, 38 for the twisties. And when the tire, no, next one. And yeah, 32, 38 also sounds pretty good. For the Dragon too. It all depends also on how hot it is, how much heat I'm putting in the tires. But right now, as it is, I will be surprised. Like if these are on the temperature right now, the squishiness that I'm feeling is straight up carcass deformation, yeah. Because this is a sport tire, like a full-blown sport tire on a heavy bike. I feel like I need to go up a little bit. But if they're already at pressure, like if this is how 3642 feels like, maybe I should leave it alone. Maybe I'm the weight of this bike is deforming the tires enough, and don't want to add to it with lower pressure. Maybe from the second, I don't know, from one of the gas stops, I'm just gonna put the GoPro on a time lapse, because I hope there's not gonna be anything interesting to show you guys. I hope. But it's really bumpy. Okay, this left turn is when the road kind of ends, or whatever. It's a quick left right. Ooh, 30 mile an hour. That's why. See, turning on the brake, yeah, it turns it way faster, way nicer than the pilot roads. Alright, thank you for waiting for me. Here's my quick left right. Outside of Marion, so it's beautiful mountains here, and yeah, close to halfway, I guess, about 100 something miles in. It'll be good. Bike is good. I'm out here. I just crossed the border to Tennessee, and I need to click the D-rings on the helmet. Bike is still hot. So here we go. Things I've noticed so far. I am did most of the way to the trip, right? Over 200 miles, and I have about 60 miles to go. Oh, so it should take about an hour. So right now, distance-wise, it's like going to work. We missed the really nice riding through Blue Ridge Parkway. Right now we're in the Smoky Mountains. Yeah, and I wish I had the GoPro running, but it was between batteries. Anyway.